Hello, and welcome to what is our first Slow Cars R Us special.
The start of a series we are naming eventually.
We haven't quite come up with a name yet, but we still put out a video and we want to show you what we've got.
For the first episode, we decided to focus on a trend popular with the edgy youth of America.
Yes, as you may have noticed, many teenagers are buying old BMWs and pretending they have money by posing on them for pictures and posting it to Instagram.
So the question is, can you really buy a BMW for a reasonable price, say $2,000 or less, and actually use it every day?
Well, since all of us are suckers for classic Bavaria, we decided to find out. The meeting point was an undisclosed location that had a lot of weeds growing in it, and Dane was the first to arrive.
Hi. The ultimate driving machine. This is the finest thing to come out of 1987. This is a BMW 325e for ETA, for economy. Not only was this BMW's finest driving, just well-rounded experience on four wheels, but it's also economical. You don't spend much on gas, it's still fun, and it saves just all these wonderful trees, and I can't think of anything better. This is just so much better than that. 87?
Behold my magnificence.
89?
It's in drive still.
Oh, sorry.
Behold my magnificence. BMW 735iL, long wheelbase, year 1989.
It is an 89. So in 2 years, from 87 to 89, BMW managed to get fat and slow and ugly.
Look at my key.
Oh, so it's a Volkswagen. It has a switchblade for when you need to assault people. That's uncivilized. This is just reserved, but still fun.
Did you pay $50 for this?
I close, add a zero, and then $300. I paid $8.
What happened to the paint?
This is the Louis Vuitton seal of approval.
The last time I checked, we don't live in Europe.
The last time I checked, I didn't want to get hit by a deer. So,
why have they just been...
effective and classic.
It has bubbles in it, Dane.
Hold on. I can't get my arms around this boat of a car. This is a couch. It's not a driving machine.
That's not the point. It's supposed... Look. Do you think it has a phone because it's a sports car?
It is a couch.
It's supposed to be comfy. It's made for 1980s businessmen in posh suits and pink hats.
A Chase lounge.
I bet
with an end table built in for your home phone.
I bet Prince had one of these.
Yeah.
Molly Ringwald.
Elvis Presley also had
He was dead. Elvis Presley was dead.
He had a pink Cadillac, sir.
And I bet if he was alive, he would have had one of these.
Yes.
This is the E model as well.
It's E because I care.
No power whatsoever.
No.
80 horsepower?
120.
This has 200.
121,
200.
Yes.
They were thinking smooth and quick. Crisp. Not too fast to blow your head off, but just crisp enough, quick.
Not smooth. Look at the lovely color on our vehicles.
We have the same color, bronze beige.
Bronze beige metallic, which was a premium option in the 80s, mind you.
Did you invite him?
I did not. You know why? 'Cause that's not an 80s car. This is a monstrosity from the 90s, maybe even the 2000s.
I have brought the best car!
It's hideous. At least it's a 3 Series.
Are those the original seats?
No.
Are these the original headlights?
No.
Are those the original wheels?
No.
Did the calipers come red?
No.
Did it come with massive subs in the trunk from the factory?
No. You know what is original? The paint. Look at that.
Oh, yes.
All of these things make it better. Look at this. This is the best budget BMW they could buy. Your 80s cars do not hold a candle to my machine of excellence.
The ultimate ignorant machine, not the ultimate driving machine.
No, see, it's on coilovers. It's better to drive.
Coilovers? You're telling me.
You can't take corners.
I'm sorry, Corbett, but it's just been made out of bits.
Replaced because of age, not because of...
Why is there a hole in the grill? Why does it...
That may or may not be because the hood latch is broken and that's the only way that you can pop the hood. But that's okay. That's okay.
Does it have 300,000 miles on it?
No, it only has 130.
Right, so the budget was $2,000. How much did you pay for it?
A little over that, but it's worth it for the excellence.
So you've gone over budget and bought a worse car than us.
This is practically meant for off-road. Look at these aggressive tires and all this suspension travel. Like, it's a couch that you could take down your dirt road to your luxury house.
Right. So I would say that we could stand here and argue all day. But I say we should go into the city and get some lunch.
Sounds good to me. I'm a bit hungry.
To be
Right.
fair, they are all rather nice. They're made by the best manufacturer that you could ever buy a vehicle from. Mine's still the best. But they're all pretty nice. They're all solid contenders.
Right. And we can all agree that these are probably better than anything else that someone would get for under $2,000.
Exactly, yeah.
We
Quite
can
better
also
than an
agree
Accord.
that bronze beige is the best color.
Oh,
It is.
No.
And it
No.
flakes less, look. Here we go.
There she is.
Ready? Ready, over.
And with that, our convoy set out to face the grueling 17-mile drive to Ann Arbor.
So, I'm currently leading the way. Don't worry about that noise. That's just my tie rods scraping on the inside of my rim. It's normal.
So, the BMW 735iL. Now you're probably wondering, why did you choose this thing over a nice sporty 3 Series? Well, I have a good answer for that. Because it's unique. You see 3 Series all the time. When do you ever see an E32 7 Series? Never. So when I stumbled upon this thing on Craigslist for just $1,700, $300 under the budget, I knew I had to jump on it. Now see, the other two have no imagination. E30s and E36s are everywhere. For pretty cheap too. For the ones in their condition at least. This is valued much higher than what I paid, and I'm happy with that.
So, my choice in car is the best of both worlds with Dane's and Chris's cars. Chris went for the luxury of BMW, the quality components. He has things like electronic seats, a phone in the center console, nice ride, radio, air conditioning. Dane has none of these things. These are also things, though, that I share. My car came with heated seats, a premium option, though it no longer has them due to the aftermarket seats. Auto down, and auto up windows, and AC that works. While also having a coilover suspension that is a blast to rip. Which is why I believe my car is the best of both worlds of our BMWs.
Does anyone else smell burning?
Or is that my car?
Maybe all of our cars.
I'm pretty sure it's mine. I think mine has the most leaks.
Mine's the best in
He's
everybody.
admitting this now.
Okay, I have a concern I would like to voice.
Go ahead.
Does anyone else's car suffer from overheating problems?
I hate to admit this, but yes. You guys say your cars were overheating?
Because mine's running at perfect operating temperature.
Well, that's great for you, Dane. You're the only one of the group.
Probably one of the few problems my car doesn't have. Feel the power. This car kind of struggles. It's definitely got a bad miss. That's okay. This is still the ultimate driving machine. It's not a boat. It's not a 90s disgusting, quite possibly the ugliest BMW that has ever been made. This is handsome, this is nimble, and this is perfect. This car might not have the comforts of the 7 Series. It might be lacking windows and radio and AC. but I love it.
Another reason I love this car is it's full of leather. I mean, I've got everything. Leather. Actually, that's not leather. Headrests, or the visors are leather. There's leather on the door panels. Seats are leather. There's leather on the dash. Armrests leather. Reclining leather back seats. Unheard of for a 1989 car. And yet I've got all of these options for $600 less than Corbett paid for that pile of parts that he calls an E36. Not only was mine better equipped, but it also had a smoother ride.
It's a bit rough with coilovers. Although they are Bilstein, so it's not like I have Racelands or horrible quality. They actually handle very well. Right about now, these two will be going on about facts about their car, things they've memorized, numbers, things that don't matter. They have researched their Wikipedia pages, and they'll talk about horsepower, they'll talk about build quality, they'll talk about where they were built. All of these things do not matter. They'll try and make it seem like their cars are better because of these numbers, and it's just not true. Because BMW means driving experience. It doesn't mean numbers on a sheet of paper. It's about how you feel while driving it, how much fun you have, and the experience you get while driving it. You want it to be a car you can drive every day and get that driving experience. You can take it to the track, and you can also daily it. And I feel like that is truly why mine is the best. The feeling I get when I drive this car, it's ecstatic. I love driving it. It has flaws, but I want to take it out every morning. I want to take it to a track. I want to put an LSD in it so I can throw it around a bit more. Everything about it is just a blast. Facts aside, it doesn't matter. 137 horsepower doesn't mean anything when you're throwing it through a corner as hard as you can.
But, in fact, Corbett couldn't have been any more wrong, because Dane and I had more exciting things to talk about.
I'm so hungry.
I think we should take a break and try some 80s.
Though my car was superior in every way, it in fact did not have a radio, so I had to improvise.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing, I'm homebound. And I don't want to miss a thing. So every night I dream of you. The sweetest dream will never do, 'cause I miss you, babe. And I don't want to miss a thing. Born and raised in South Detroit. That's all I know.
Right, I'm now going to switch to my 80s driving glasses. Here we go, which I can do. There's a hand on the wheel, as you can see. There we go. Why would you buy any other sunglasses? I'm out of Top Gun in my 735 IL. It's a good day today. Even though I was having a great time in my blast from the past, there were a few things that weren't so perfect. Right, now that we're alone viewers, I can tell you a few things about my 7 Series. It does run a bit hot. I'm running a little bit over middle right now. And it smells of burning. I don't know what that is. And as I stated before, it pulls quite violently to the right when I brake. So I don't like being in the right lane much. It's also extremely slow, this thing. I mean, it's got 200 horsepower, but it really struggles to get up to speed. That being said, though, I guarantee it's faster than the other two's cars. 4 cylinders in the 318, and Dane has 6, but it only runs on 5, and plus it only made like 100 horsepower from the factory. Right, we're now entering downtown, and the 7 Series is running a bit hot, so I'm gonna, I hate to do this, I'm gonna have to put the windows down and turn the heat on. Soon we made it into the city, which all of us love.
I love it when people cross in the not crosswalk.
Pedestrians just walk right in front of you, Dane.
I gave him a beep.
They're doing construction in Ann Arbor, and it's just absolutely ruined. completed. We've just sat through 2 green lights, and you'll see a dump truck going past me now. God's sake.
All this Ann Arbor traffic that we're doing, sitting here, I'm worried about my car overheating. But at least if my car overheats, Chris will be caught here with me.
I'm just gonna stick my head out the window. It's really warm. No idea.
I'm gonna see if I can somehow put my turn signal on. Yeah, there we go. Guys, I've discovered turn signals.
Dane's just discovered that his car has turn signals. Oh, mine does as well. Guys, it's just dawned on me. Where are we parking?
Lane and I will find somewhere nice to park. You, on the other hand,
You may have to find a lake to land your boat in.
My car's 18 feet long.
Are you serious?
it was an exaggeration, but it's really long. You're driving a Ford Explorer.
Basically. Well, there will be a nice lot somewhere around here, right?
We may have to convert the parking structure.
Guys, I can't do a parking structure.
Well, that is a you problem.
So we're currently venturing into a parking garage because surface lots don't exist downtown.
I didn't think you guys were serious about a structure.
Oh no, completely serious.
Oh, you're joking. Oh my god.
Here we are in a lovely parking garage in downtown Ann Arbor, somewhere that has a horrible reputation for parking. I'm sure Chris is struggling right now.
Oh, another car. Does this thing just go up forever, or is there an end to it?
It's 20 stories tall.
You see, now I know you're lying, because I see daylight.
But after just a few more levels and a few more beautiful songs from Dane FM, we finally made it to the top.
I'm thinking... here? There we go. Do it.
Look at it.
We finished lunch. Yes. And now I have to drive down the parking structure. And at this point, it was time for Corbett to jinx himself.
It has now gotten very hot outside. It's about 80 degrees here. So I'm sure the 7 Series to my left is having a great time. My 36, however, is running great as ever.
Wow, that sounds great.
Oh, my car is making an awful grinding noise.
Right, Corbett's car is broken.
Whoa, my BMW is making a horrible noise. I need to fix that. So one sec, I need to find out what that is.
No, you're fine. Just keep going. Just keep it. Well, not Corbett. Now I can't. I need to leave.
Something is dragging
Yeah, just keep driving. It's all very normal.
And that was exactly what I elected to do.
Onwards!
Sorry, window's broken.
Okay, I have to now go down this bit. Wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Jesus.
Once Captain Chris had finally maneuvered his aircraft carrier out of the structure, we were all quite relieved, because that meant we could get back on the road.
Dane, you're about 50 meters ahead of me and I can still smell you.
I should probably talk about my car a bit more. As far as E30s go, this is one of the cleaner ones I've seen. The body is a little rough. I mean, as I'm sure you've seen, the paint is peeling and most of the clear coat's gone and little stuff like that. It's 30 years old. I mean, it's an 87, so it's exactly 30 years old. It's definitely got its quirks. The turn signals don't work. The odometer works. Kind of. The dash was replaced. I'm not sure if the entire dash was replaced or just the cluster, but it has an eye cluster. So apparently my red line is at 6,300 according to the gauge, but in reality it's at 4,800. Apparently this car has 36,491 miles on it. That's definitely wrong. It's probably more like 236, just judging on the shape that everything's in. The body is immaculate, but every part that could possibly wear out on this car is worn out. It really hasn't been driven that much, honestly. It sat for about 10 years of its life, just in a driveway. If you actually go to the house where I bought this, you can still see a picture of it on Google Street View. That's how long it sat there. The shift knob is like a quick release. It just kind of doesn't work. I don't know. It's broken. It needs shifter bushings terribly. It's probably going to need a clutch soon. It just needs a lot of things. But I love it.
Now, you might think that this car is extremely outdated at this point, and you'd be correct, but in 1989, brand new, this car, this exact car, I have the window sticker, was $59,000. Now, in today's money, that translates to about 116 grand. And for good reason, because it has heated front seats, heated mirrors, power front seats, power rear seats, all power windows, obviously. I have a whole display over here that has a timer, range, average miles per gallon, outside temperature, distance to empty, and of course a clock. But someone paid equivalent to 116 grand for this car. But my favorite feature is this. This is a factory BMW car phone, and I assume lots of important business calls were made on it, just like this, in 1989.
Business call over? It was time to head home and get some rest, because tomorrow would be a big day for us and our cars.
Guys, I just realized we didn't actually test anything yesterday.
You're right.
All this driving around is great and all, but we should probably test something.
He does have a point.
Alright, for the first test we've decided to do acceleration and braking. So what we've done is we've come to a very long and straight road. We're going to start at this line that Dane has drawn for us, accelerate to 60 miles an hour, and then brake as hard as we can. The person with the least distance covered will win, which will be me, obviously.
We're hoping to not blow brake lines, not shatter clutches with clutch dumps and power shifts.
I don't have to worry about that.
You know,
Well, you're also not going to have any fun.
some of us bought real cars, so...
As I was eager to show the other two what my limousine was capable of,
I elected to go first.
As we know, safety is the most important thing in the world, and I'm the only one that's taken this seriously enough to bring a helmet. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on.
What are you wearing?
Captain Chris slowly approaches his barge to the starting line.
Well,
safety.
You see, why have you worn that when you're already in a car that's perfectly equipped to protect you? If you crash, you've got 18 feet of room in the front before you get to anything that would hurt you.
Because it's a racing event. I wanted to take it seriously, unlike you two. Go away, let me do my run.
All right.
Let me know when I'm up to the line.
And begin.
There's 20. Oh, it's really pushing. Into second, 50, 55, 60. That's how you do it. I'd say that was a pretty solid run, that.
Got a little squirrely there when you brake.
Next, I turned the wheel.
Sure.
Not too bad. But I was pretty confident that I would show Chris up.
Oh boy. Wish me luck. It only took 13 for my car to start.
Then just remember, lock up your brakes as hard as you can.
I'm worried.
I want to see a cloud of smoke.
I'm worried my pedal's gonna go through the floor, so we'll see.
Dane is the one that needed the helmet.
Yeah.
It's too big. Anyways.
I have a 3-point seat belt and that's it. Ready?
Yep. 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh boy. My glove box open, but that's normal.
After watching Dane lock up for many miles and nearly die, it was finally my turn to go. It is now my turn to go. We're turning the AC off for more power. All right. What? I have ABS. Well, I have ABS. I don't know if it's currently working.
Is your traction control light on?
Yeah.
Then no.
And the ABS light is on too.
Then no. Absolutely.
Oh, so he's gonna lock up.
Tell me when.
Ready? Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go!
Right. That wasn't bad.
What do you think? He's gonna come back looking smug or like a small chihuahua?
I think he stalled it out when he stomped on the brakes. 1 foot in, not 2 feet in.
Unfortunately, the answer was smug face. But that was okay, because over these last 2 days we'd learned something. That not only can you buy a BMW for under $2,000, you can get one that's truly brilliant.
Guys, can we all agree on something?
What was that? What's that?
That all 3 of us have bought truly fantastic cars and that we've had a great 2 days driving them around and being mischievous.
I would absolutely agree with that.
This has been one of my favorite purchases.
One of his favorite purchases. You see Dane's walkie like his car is broken, so we can't always hear what he is saying. Well, I guess if we all agree then, can I say the line?
Yes.
Right, well on that, back to the studio.
Now that we're back in our studio, it's time to tally up the points and see who won. Starting with gas mileage. Now, my car has a gauge that tells me my average gas mileage from the day, and I was able to manage 18 miles per gallon. Now, you get a point for every mile per gallon that you get over 20, so I get -2. Dane, what did you manage from today?
I don't really know. Half of my cluster doesn't work, and my gauge goes from 0 to 65, so let's do a safe average of 12.
Average of 12.
Average
okay,
of 12.
So Dane, you get minus...
Also, it doesn't run right.
No,
so,
it's broken.
Yeah.
Corbett.
I have a 4-cylinder, which means I got 27 miles to the gallon. So
Corbett gets
7, which
7
puts me in the
points.
lead.
Now, the next category is comfort and convenience. My car was the most comfortable, it never broke down, and it was perfect every single way, so I get 10 points for that.
Okay, but to be fair, it's a 7 Series. It's supposed to be comfortable.
It wasn't fun
Correct.
in any way, it was just comfortable.
But what does the category say?
Okay.
Yep.
You get
Dane, you
Arguably the worst.
0.
So.
half
You
of my
didn't
windows
have
work.
windows, you didn't have a radio, you didn't have AC, so...
It's fine.
Yeah, you can
0.
take the L for that.
And Corbett, you get 5.
I am in the middle, so I get 5.
Because
Yep.
the ride broke
The ride
your back.
was awful,
But
it had working
air
windows,
conditioning,
so...
auto up windows also
Yeah.
convenient.
Fair.
Next category is breakdowns. My car had 0. Dane's car 0.
And mine.
Corbett, you had a breakdown
Yeah.
on the top of the parking structure, which we now know the cause of that.
Yeah, the water
Go
pump
like
loop.
2 vlogs back
We
to
can-
see it.
Yeah.
0 to 60 to 0. Now, I was very confident that my car would win this. I was wrong. I got last. 0 points for me. Dane, you got 2nd place, so you get 5 points. Even though you had a horrific lockup thing.
It's okay. It's okay.
And Corbett, you won,
I
so
won.
you get
I can't remember.
10 points. Now, we get on to the big one, price. So, the budget was $2,000. We've decided to give a point for every dollar under $2,000. So, I paid $1,700 for my 7 Series, so I get 300 points.
Okay. Very solid. Very solid.
Dane.
I paid $800, so I get 1,200 points.
Dane gets
A very large amount.
1,200 points.
Sweeping into the lead.
And I went $200 over budget.
Yep.
And
So you get minus $1 million.
Well, that math doesn't add up.
I'm sorry, it's the penalty for
Right.
not having an 80s car.
But Dane and I have talked. We've decided since you crashed our video and weren't invited, and you didn't bring an 80s car, and you went over the budget, you get minus $1 million. So that puts me
that isn't
at
quite fair, though. I've
308.
I think you should add a few more
won
zeros
2
onto this.
categories. It's
Dane, you have
this
It's-
isn't fair.
It's an 80s
but,
BMW.
but my car was the best.
95.
You've given yourself
Or
1,200 points.
1205. What's 1205 minus 8? 1190.
1997?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And Corbett, you have minus 999,000.
I think this was rigged.
15,
Nah.
16.
This is fair. The bronze at beige.
23, so
But mine was the best.
970.
The bronze at beige judges have decided your fate.
So,
This isn't fair.
you know what this means then? The E30 has won the competition.
I am the victor. I'm sorry, guys. That's just how it works.
So,
at least the 7 Series didn't win.
what have we... Thank you.
That's
What have we concluded here then?
And
If you want a cheap, sort of reliable, 80s stylish BMW,
You
the
want an
obvious
E30.
choice.
You want an E30.
Is
Everybody
E30.
wants an E30.
I do like the E30.
Other than that, though, we haven't really learned anything.
No.
We drove around Ann Arbor,
We had fun.
shouted at each other.
It's pretty fun.
I got scared in a parking structure. Dane almost died in the...
Multiple
I
times.
blew a water
multiple
pump.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corbett's car blew up.
Yeah.
But it was
Probably
all
annoyed
fun.
some people in Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
That's
for
okay.
sure.
It was a good time.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. This was a completely new thing for us. We've
Yeah.
never done anything like this before.
And
We
we-
plan on doing many more in the future.
Maybe we'll have a name for the series by then.
Yeah.
We'll
Oh,
have to
that's
figure
something
something
I
out
wanted
for
to
this.
bring up.
Uh-huh.
If you have a name, these lights are killing me. If you have a name for the series that you would like to suggest after watching this whole episode, if you did watch the whole episode, leave a comment below or go to one of our social media pages. I'll leave all the links for those in the description and suggest some names for us because we're terrible when it comes to making names.
So what is this series exactly? Is this a challenge series? Are we doing car challenges?
Head-to-head challenges.
Yeah, something
Okay,
like
so
that.
something along those lines.
I don't even know what to call it, honestly. Just
Yeah.
watch the video, think of
something.
We'll have to figure out something to title it when we post it, but...
No.
Okay.
All right, well, on that then, I guess it's time to end.
Not back to the studio.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Shut up.
Making my way down.